Okay, welcome to another edition of Lion News. Lion News can be found at lionnews00.blogspot.com. Okay, today is January 12th, 2011. The topic today is filing complaints against crooked cops, lawyers, and judges. Now, what do cops, lawyers, and judges all have in common? The one thing that they all have in common is that they have a license to practice. All right? That gives them a license to be a judge, license to be a lawyer, license to be a cop. Without the license, they can't do the things that they do. Okay, that's how the state regulates them. That's how the state controls them. So, without their license, their livelihood is done. You know, they have to go find a different kind of job. All right? So the best way to attack these people is to attack their license. All right? What you want to do is file a valid complaint. Now, a valid complaint consists of one of these three, or a combination of these three topics here. Either the person is incompetent, they're crooked, or they're abusive. All right? Those are the three winning complaints. All right? Otherwise, if you don't file a valid complaint, what they're going to do is throw out your complaint. They're going to call it frivolous. Okay? Now, here's Minnesota Statute 5000.0530. Now, this is the one that the best statute that I found that clearly defines what a frivolous complaint is. All right? And it goes through all the different things here. Okay? The commissioner shall dismiss a charge the commissioner determines is illogical, fantastic, or incoherent. Like, say you're saying the cop, lawyer, or judge is a Martian. Okay, it's going to be tossed out. Negated by common knowledge, which the commissioner takes official notice of. Okay, brought by a charging party acting in bad faith. I mean, you file it just because you don't like the guy. Substantially the same as a previous charge in which no probable cause was found and involves the same charging party but a different respondent. All right? Now it says the commissioner shall dismiss a charge the commissioner determines is, see, now what you're doing is depending on this guy to determine whether it's frivolous or not. Okay, we're going to get into this later, how they'll just toss out your complaint for whatever frivolous reason they want. It's not going to be because these, they've gone through these four things they've listed here. It's because you have clear, precise, and unquestionable evidence that these guys are incompetent, crooked, and abusive. They'll toss out your complaint. Okay, we'll get into that later. Okay, but these are the valid reasons that they can use to toss out your complaint. Okay, so what you want to do is, if you catch them being any of these three things, which you can do incompetent, crooked, or abusive, their own statutes say that they can remove them from office. This is a statute right here, 351.14, removes county officials from their office. All right? So a sheriff is a county official, county attorney is a county official. All right? So you can target these people, with complaints. Okay, we're going to get into where to file these complaints later on. Okay, so if you have a crooked judge, this will still work, but it's not going to be the statute you're going to use. We're just mainly focusing on what the definitions are here. Okay, malfeasance, okay, means the willful commission of an unlawful act or wrongful act in the performance of a public official's duties, which is outside the scope of the authority of the public official and which infringes on the rights of any person or entity. Now, see, this malfeasance would apply to a judge also. See, so you can file a complaint against a judge for malfeasance. Okay, nonfeasance means the willful failure to perform a specific act which is a required part of the duties of the public officials. Okay, say you have a county attorney that refuses to press charges against people. Well, their job is to prosecute people, and if they're just willfully not doing their job by not prosecuting people in which you have clear, precise, and unquestionable evidence, boy, that's nonfeasance. Okay, you can get them booted out of office for that. That's a valid complaint right there. Okay? So those are the two you want to focus on, malfeasance and nonfeasance. All right? Because you'll see if you look into 351.14, those are the only two valid reasons to have someone thrown out of office. All right? So only focus on those. All right? So where do you file your complaints? Okay? Here is the Minnesota Board of Peace Officers Standard and Training Board. All right? There we go, right there. And this is if you have a cop that you want to file a complaint against. And here's the address right there. Okay. Now, what these guys want you to do is you got to have a criminal complaint first. So what you do is all you do is you send a complaint off to the police officers, the police station, or the sheriff's deputy or the sheriff's office. Okay. Now the trick is in Minnesota, if you have a problem with a, if you have a valid complaint against a cop, what they want you to do is file a complaint. Say is a police officer that you want to file a complaint against. Well, you have to file a complaint with the sheriff's department in your county. Okay. If you have a problem with the sheriff's department, you have to file a complaint with the police department. Now, if you watch my videos, you'll see that's what we've done. When we've had a complaint against the county attorney, well, we filed a complaint with the police department. And then it's vice versa. If you have a problem with the sheriff's department or the police department, you have to file a complaint with the sheriff's department. Okay, so this is what you do if it's a sheriff's deputy or a police officer, because they're licensed by the Board of Peace Officers Standard and Training Board. Okay. So, if you have a problem with a lawyer in Minnesota, well, then you file a complaint with the Lawyers Professional Responsibility Board, Officer Lawyers Professional Responsibility. Okay? And then, and now with these, they're going to tell you that some of these have official complaint forms. Okay? You do not have to follow their complaint forms. I never fill out their complaint forms. Never. I write them a letter. Okay? Now, like say if you're going to file a complaint with the medical board here, they claim that they're nice enough to actually give you a form here. Okay, this is the Minnesota Board on, it's Minnesota Board on Medical Practice. Okay, you can file a complaint against a doctor also. Okay, and here's the little downloadable file. I've got it over here. All right, and here's the complaint instructions. See, but see that if you're dumb enough to fill out their form, they've got a little trap here. Here it says Statement of Complaint. All right, sworn and subscribed to me before me this day of blank blank, signature of notary public. See, these jerks want you to go get it notarized, so it's a sworn statement. See, now a lot of people are going to go, well, I don't want to make a sworn statement, Well, see, you don't have to. See, I have filed a complaint with them, and they have accepted just by me sending in a regular letter. It was not sworn and subscribed. See, they cannot reject your complaint as long as it is a valid complaint. There's no requirement that it has to be a sworn statement. So this is just one of these roadblocks to try to prevent you from filing a complaint. So just ignore it. All right? In fact, I was hoping they would reject it, because then I would file a complaint with these people here, the U.S. Attorney's Office, because then it's a violation of rights, because they're trying to reject me for some arbitrary reason, because there's no law requiring me to have a sworn statement. Okay? Here's the Office of the U.S. Attorney. Okay? Also, what happens is they're going to reject your complaint. One example was Kathy Mayer. She filed a complaint. She was filing numerous complaints against these crooks down here in Polk County. Well, then the Lawyers Professional Responsibility Board figured they'd be smart, and they just decided they wrote her a letter back saying we're going to reject her complaints because they didn't consider them complaints. Well, all we did is we just filed a complaint with the U.S. Attorney's Office. And the next time she filed a complaint, they said, thank you for your complaint. All right? So don't let them bully you into thinking that, they're not going to do something, or that, your complaints aren't valid, because they are. as long as you stick to these three right here. You have clear, precise, and unquestionable evidence that the individuals are incompetent, crooked, or abusive. That's it. Those are the key points. Okay? And then if you want to file a complaint against a judge, well, here's the Board on Judicial Standards, and here's the address right here. All right. So, how about some examples of incompetence? Okay, if you watch my videos, you saw old Chris Carpin here trying to claim that he didn't know where his jurisdiction started or stopped or started. Okay, that's incompetence. Valid complaint I can file against him. I filed a criminal complaint against him for defamation, but I could still do another one on him being incompetent. Okay, here's one where I'm filing a complaint against the numerous county officials in Polk County for a smear campaign against me. Okay, that is a bunch of crooks, because that's not in their job description to run a smear campaign against me. Okay, and then abusive, here's Troy Warburson. Chris Carpin, you know, we're going to go down and file a criminal complaint against him. He sicks the sheriff after me, trying to kick me out of the office. Well, I have every right to be there, and he's trying to say I don't have a right to be there. See? So he's trying to intimidate me. He's trying to threaten me. You know, using his office, abusing his powers of office to try to prevent me from filing a complaint. I have every right to file a complaint. Okay? Now, what the problem is these people will try to throw out your complaint, like I said, for bogus reasons. All right, so don't let them bully you, because what they're going to say is your clear, precise, and unquestionable evidence is not clear, precise, and unquestionable. They're going to say it's those, you know, it's frivolous and whatever, so they're going to reject it. Well, I don't believe anything these people say, because they're nothing but political whores. All right, and what happens when you have a bunch of political whores is you have the problem with them wanting to cover up crimes, and I don't tolerate that, people covering up crimes. So what I did was I created a flyer dealing with these people, and unfortunately I got rid of it here, and I'll have to find it again real quick before my time is up. And what we did was, they're going to reject it, like I said, for a frivolous reason. So what you have to do is have to have a counter to that. Here it is right here. And this is the one. Welcome to the Lawyer's Professional Responsibility Board. We're all a full-service public relations firm, aren't we? Just an update for all our corporate clients who use our fellow thieves to rob the public blind. The special interest groups, your victims of corporate crime, have figured out our ploy to derail their complaints against you, our corporate clients. They must be smarter than we anticipated, since they refused to believe we could rubber stamp as frivolous the complaint that contained clear, precise, and unquestionable evidence of corporate crime. The plan is simple. We'll attack the victim and intimidate the victim by asking questions that are already answered on the public record, force the victim to investigate the crime for us, and then after the victim has jumped through all our ridiculous hoops, we'll automatically drop the case. That's the way the victim can't claim we aren't being fair. Just because the special interest groups pay our salaries doesn't mean that we work for them, does it? See? So these guys will try to reject your complaint. So don't be stupid if you have clear, precise, and unquestionable evidence. These guys are crooks. You'd have to be stupid to let someone talk you out of your complaint when you know exactly what they've done. See, and here's what it says on the bottom. You have to be stupid to let someone talk you out of what you've witnessed and experienced, wouldn't you? And you would. Okay, so don't fall for that trick. All right? So what you want to do is put all your evidence on a flyer, like we did here. Demand they be removed from office. You know, put the statutes on there to boot them out of office, and then put all your evidence of your valid complaint on a flyer and hand it out. Okay, and that's how you get rid of these people. All right, and thank you for your time, and goodbye.